All right, this is chapter 7, video number 3. This is the last video for this chapter, and we have one more small thing to learn, and that is about how to calculate percentiles, how to go backwards. If I give you a percentile, can you figure out what score matches up with that? So let's go ahead and take a look here. We have the same problem, the mean typing speed, and I want to know what typing speed represents the 75th percentile. What typing speed represents the 75th percentile? Well, I can kind of judge here. This, if you were perfectly at 45 words per minute, that means you're in the 45th percentile. And let's go ahead and just kind of remember what percentiles actually mean. I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of my son's birth charts and just well, this wasn't his birth, this was his most one of his appointments. It says that he's in the 56th percentile for weight, 85th for height, only 28th for BMI, and then finally in his head circumference he's got a big noggin. He's got a 96th percentile. And what does that mean? Well, that means that his head circumference, if you are in the 96th percentile, that means that you have a bigger head than 96% of other babies at that size. 56th percentile, that means that his weight was bigger than 56% of the population. BMI, at this moment in his life, he was a longer baby. He was in the 28th percentile for BMI in comparison with his weight and height. I promise you that has changed. So that is what a percentile is. So let's go ahead and go back over to this example. I want to know what typing speed represents the 75th percentile. So I want to know, well, this would be 50th percentile, meaning that you type faster than only 50% of the population. And 75th percentile would be somewhere in here, 75%. And then I'm looking for the 75th percentile. Now, I already know that the area under this curve is 75%. I want to go backwards. I already have the percentage. I'm going to go backwards, and there is a function in Desmos for that, going backwards. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up some Desmos. I still have this up. Now, normal distribution, we have this ready to go. And notice it says find cumulative probability CDF. Well, I want to go backwards. I don't want to be given a percentage. I want to go backwards from a percentage. So here is the command for this. This is inverse, which means undo. And I want to undo CDF. I want to undo CDF. All right, now two things that we need to input. First off, I could have a whole list of normal distributions here. Maybe I have one for typing speed and head circumference and weight. But I want to make sure that I'm talking about this one. So you do have to label this. I'm not very creative. I'm going to go ahead and just label this A. A equals. All I did there was just named, hey, this is the distribution I'm talking about. All right, so inverse CDF, I'm talking about distribution A. And I want to know what is the 75th percentile. So 0.75. And that tells me that a typing speed of 53 words per minute would be the 75th percentile. So real quick, let's go ahead and recap there. First off, I had to name my distribution. I just named it A because I'm a boring person. So inverse CDF A, and I wanted to know the 75th percentile, so 0.75, and that is a typing speed of 53 words per minute, which is kind of about where I anticipated. So this is 53 words per minute. All right, now let's look at another one. What typing speed represents the bottom 5th percentile, the bottom 5th percentile? Well, that would be all the way down somewhere in here. Bottom 5th percentile. It's probably going to be somewhere in here-ish. So bottom 5th percentile instead of 75th percentile, 0.05. And that would be a typing speed of 25 words per minute. So 25 words per minute goes right in here. So this is 25 words per minute. All right, now last one is a little bit tricky just with words. Sometimes they like to trip you up. What typing speed is the top 1st percentile? Now notice this does say the top 1st percentile. So if I were to just type in 1%, That's going to give me a really slow typing speed, 17 words per minute. I don't want 17 words per minute. I want the top first percentile. So if I'm looking for the top 1 percentile, this is actually not the first percentile, this is the 99th percentile. So if I'm looking for the top 1%, this is actually the 99th percentile. I want to know what is all of this is the 99th. So looking at this, my top 1 percentile, I'm actually looking for my 99th percentile. That would be right around 73 words per minute. So this would be 73 words per minute. So in conclusion, what we've got here is if we are going backwards, if I give you a percent, if I were to give you a percentile, in order to go backwards, you are looking at the inverse CDF command. Inverse CDF, make sure you name your distribution. I just went with A, but if you were to change it to B, you could say B. You could change it to C. Just make sure you call it C down here. It doesn't matter what you name it. And then finally, what percentile are you looking for? And it'll give you the value that corresponds to that percentile. You should be ready to do homework number 3. And then once you have homework 1, 2, and 3 done, you should be ready to take your quiz. I remember that is OpenNote, and you do have 2 attempts to do each of these quizzes now that we've moved to this online platform. Feel free to send me any screenshots of your homework that I can go over. I hope you guys have a wonderful week.